Hello, fellow creatives. Today we're going to build Meadowseld, the Golden Hall of King Theoden from The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. We're on a pre-release version of Eco's Stable Structures and Decor mod, so we can test drive it, and everyone's going to basically do equestrian courses or stables, but I thought, why not do something different? And then I looked at Rohan, and I realized, hey, that's the realm of the Horse Lords, and the objects in this mod have exactly what I need to build the Golden Hall, so it's kind of related to horses, so let's build it. Now, I post creative ARK builds and inspiration in video format several times a week, so if you want more of that, please subscribe, and if you want the mod, there's a link to the Steam page in the description below. All right, so today, what you're going to want is to find a nice hilltop to build this on. I found one on the Ragnarok server. It is, well, you can't really tell where it is. There's like a glitch in ARK to where I can't figure out where exactly I am, but I think it's right at about 40 latitude, 30 longitude, somewhere around there. So if you want to build it on this area, it's a nice flat area. You can just look for that tall bridge that spans that large sunken area over there, and there's like a canyon river that goes across. So we're on the south end toward one of the towers. So this is just like a nice flat area. It's a lot of building space, so you can even build the whole town if you want. But we're just going to build the hall for today. And I started with a 14x9 double stone platform, and I'm using Structures Plus to make the stone foundations because it's just easier that way. So if you do a 14x9 rectangle, you will then cut out a 4x4 on the corner here and a 4x4 on the corner over here, which I will do at the end of this build because, well, I actually put this here and it is filled with resources that I don't want to move. I'm lazy. So we're going to do this bit later. But that will leave you with kind of this protrusion here. And then you'll want to take one stone foundation right out of the middle, stick a shortwood stairs in it from the Stables and Structures Decor mod right there, and then make a platform of 3 stone foundations and then another stair. So that way it'll look kind of like the one from Peter Jackson's movie. And that's really what we're basing this off of, is that version of Meadowseld. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with these stable arch frames. I'm just going to place them down. So we got one right there, and then we're going to do one right here, and then one right there. So that way we have 3 of them all together. And then what you're going to do is you're going to stick another bunch right up here on top. And then you're going to do the same thing again on the sides. So one right here, and one right there, I think. I need 2 of them. So, oops, I fell off. Crap. Okay, easy to fix. You just gotta watch where you're going here. All right, so we do that and we do that. Okay, so now we've got our basic entrance here, and now we need to fill it in. So I've got these walls here, and the reason I built up the stable arches twice is so I can put these walls here in the frame. So they're full stable walls. And you just do it all the way across like this. So what I am going to do from here on out, once this step is done, is just work on the right side of the hall, because the left side is going to be identical, just mirrored. So, keep that in mind when you build this. So now that we've got this, what we want to do is go ahead and grab some of these left sloped structures here. And I'm going to put them over here on the far right side so that I can build this correctly. We're going to want one of those right there, and then one of these other ones. Oops. There we go. A right sloped right there. So that way, yeah, you have 2 of them right there, and then you just want a straight wall right in the middle. Now, the one in the movie goes to a point, but we can't quite do that because we're building an odd-numbered structure, meaning that there's like this middle thing here. It's 3 arches long. That's the way it is in the film. So we're just going to make a little sacrifice of the point for some creative freedom here. As well, there's another reason why you'll want to build it this way, but I'll get to that later. All right, so we've got this, and what we need to do next is let's go ahead and put in the doors. So let's do 3 across if you want. You don't have to. You can just do 1 straight in the middle, but I prefer 3 across, so that's what we're going to do. You just bring them up like so, all the way across. And then we're going to grab some regular wood ceilings. Well, not regular ones. We're doing the wooden ceilings from the mod. Basically, we're just using mod objects as much as we can, anyway. And then you don't want to do that. So the wonderful thing about this mod is you can pick things up, and then we can just do right across here like that. So it'll kind of get things kind of fenced in pretty nicely. Okay, so there you go. There's kind of your front. We just need to do a couple more things. We're going to take these wood pillars, and we're just going to bring them all the way up the sides here so that they are that tall. And you're going to do that on this side too. So like this. And then just for the heck of it and for maybe some added detail, let's do it all the way up to the top of this. Well, almost anyway. They don't quite go all the way up to the top, and that is because of the way this mod does the pillars. So if we do a pillar and we make these supports, I'm just going to build a bunch of them here. So that way we can have a couple to play around with. I'm just kind of curious how they're going to look. I'm not really sure. When I did my building test of this, that's not going to want to play. That one will, so we can just put that right there. And I think decoratively it'll still work. It might look a little funky, but we can see how it goes. We just put that right there, and this one right up there. It almost looks like there needs to be a torch or something. But in the movie, there's like little eagle statues on top. So if you find maybe something like in the RP mod or something that's like a little statue, you could maybe put that up there. If you can get it to stick to the top of the pillar, that is. So it's very possible that is a thing that you could do. So, take it or leave it. But that's how we're going to do it here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and fly again, and we're gonna kind of start our roof. So our roof objects, we want. Let's see. There's a couple snap points here, but not a ton. I want one that's got this kind of hanging down a little bit, so that's where I'm gonna start. And what we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna bring it all the way across like this. So you can go all the way, and if you do this, just make sure that you don't take down the structural support. We're gonna go all the way almost to the end, just to right here, so that way there's a little bit of stone platform left behind here. So we've got this kind of roof done here, and now we are going to start building out the sides, the wings of this place. All right. So the wings, they're going to start like so, and then you're going to have a sloped roof support here. So we don't need any of these. I'm going to replace these now. And so we're going to do a sloped roof right there. And then we're going to bring this right here like this. And then you're just going to build this kind of structure 3 times. Oh, wait. Actually, I goofed up. I am in practice mode here. I actually need to make these door frames and windows. So I have some door frames and windows right here. We're done with our sloped roofs. So I'll put the window right here and a window right here. We'll do a door frame right here and a door frame right here. And then you can put some glass doors and windows in here from Structures Plus if you want, or just the regular stable doors. It's really up to you, but it should fit just fine. So you're basically going to repeat this pattern 3 times. So let's go do that really quick. All right, so we've got all of this done, and now we need to, we just put in these windows. We've got stable windows for each of these, and I put in greenhouse glass doors for the top. If we want to take a look at these, I can show you which areas you need to paint with brown dye. It's regions 2, 5, and 6. And then we're just going to kind of come up here and work on the roofs. So the roofs, make sure that you have the right snap point here. We want the one where the edge of it kind of comes right to the middle. So you want that on both sides. And just be careful with it. Actually, do you want that on both sides? I think you do. Maybe. Let me get rid of this. And we'll test it on this side just to make sure. Because I actually am not sure of that. Yeah, there's only one snap point now. Yeah, you want it on the one that comes into the middle. So maybe you want to place your roof... Oh, wait. No? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I think that's what you want. So anyway, you're going to place your roofs like so. If it doesn't work for you, we'll figure it out. But we'll see. All right, so let's do this. This thing is called a rustic metal roof corner. If you're using the item code thing to spawn this, it's not in there yet, but hopefully it will be by the time this gets published. Okay, there we go. So you're just going to place that right there. And then everything, yeah, it looks like that's going to merge just about right. Yeah. And then you're just basically going to use rustic metal roof corners for the whole thing. So one right there. You're going to overlap right there. I think there's only one snap point here. Yeah, only one snap point. So you just kind of go across like this. It's very simple once you get these crafted. And just make sure when you do these snap points that you do this snap point and not this snap point. So you want basically the middle here to come to a single point. And that can double up a bit. I don't know why that's happening. Maybe when these were constructed, they were just a little off. Maybe that'll get fixed. We'll see. Like I said, we're building on a pre-release version, so we'll see what happens. All right, so we got that. And then I don't have a corner piece here, but I'll fit that in later. And then you just snap that right there. Okay, so there you go. We got our edges done pretty much. So this is our side of our meta-celled hall. So I think that's looking pretty dang good, if I have to say. I'll go ahead and put these back in. And what else do we have to do? The back, I think? Yeah, the back. Okay, so the back is never really shown on film. I suspect it's probably just plain, or the set actually probably never really got built out. So, you can do what you want with this back wall. You can be creative. Just in the interest of time, I'm just going to do a plain back wall because it's not going to be showing up on my camera for very long. So I will go ahead and get that ready. But now we need to do a couple more things before we are ready to mirror the other side. All right, so a couple more things is these metal roofs here. Oh, excuse me. We're going to go ahead and put a roof here. All right, so there's a couple snap points here now. You just want the one that's kind of centered right in the smack dab in the middle. Should be the first one you grab. So like that. And then you're going to carry this all the way back. So, oops. Yeah, see, I even just messed up right there. So just make sure when you snap it down, it is correct. And then just go all the way like this to the back. And then there's, yeah, I just screwed up on that. I won't waste your time too much more with making this stuff. So there's one more thing. Once we get to about the middle, you're going to want to make this Ecus weather vane structure, okay? And you're going to want to place it on one of these two objects. It probably will look better if it's placed on this object because the roof does come out an extra platform farther on the front than it does on the back. So this is actually the very middle here. So we'll go ahead and place this down, and we'll place it so that the Ecus is that way. And then we will continue building with this over here. Yeah. And once you get that done, what we're going to want to do is we're going to kind of come over here, and you are going to want to put a metal ceiling on this side, and you're going to want to rotate it so that these sides, these round sides here, you want that to be sticking out. So something like that, okay? And then you can go all the way across if you like. Oops, except not quite like that. I'm glad we have metal ceilings to kind of pick up the slack here, but Yeah, there we go. All right, so that way you have this decorative front, and that does need to be adjusted, so I'll do that in a minute. But you have this decorative front with this metal piece kind of coming across the middle here, which is pretty nice. But also you have this little metal piece kind of continuing a smaller version of this larger metal piece. Now some things, while we're talking here, before I mirror this thing, some things I would love to see this mod and other mod makers make is basically a inverse version of this rustic metal corner piece, where basically we have, let's just say we have this metal ceiling right here, and you have the roofs sloping away from it. I'd love to have a corner piece where the roof slopes inward toward this point, or actually towards this point. So you have the beginning of the roof right here and a beginning of the roof right here. So it kind of comes together in a corner and then it slopes up to this corner here. I'd love to have that sort of thing. Not even the vanilla version has that, but it really helps with making square houses and square roofs, let me tell you. And maybe if we're going to do stuff like this mod where we have these huge kind of vertical kind of pipe pieces here, if we just have that as something we can snap onto the edge here, that would be wonderful, because then we can kind of continue this large pipe motif all the way down instead of having to rely on the small one right here. So that's just two observations I noticed. Otherwise, this is a really good mod so far. I am really digging this. It's really kind of shaping up to look like Meduseld, I have to say. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mirror this on the other side, and then I will come back to you, okay? All right, both sides are now mirrored, so we've got a couple things we need to do. Let's go ahead and put in these doors. These are solid, stable doors, so that way you can just kind of walk right in, and here's the interior, pretty much complete. This is kind of what it looks like. I will let you guys do whatever you want to do with it. Oh, I just realized I did not fix that, so I'll have to do that. But I'll let you guys handle the interior. We've got the exterior done. There are loads of reference photos. It's very easy, actually. What I was thinking is probably just putting some regular stable walls instead of these, the ones that actually are for the horses. Putting some stable walls into these little side rooms here, and then regular pillars just all the way down. So that's probably for another video sometime down the line. But right now, that's kind of how we're kind of looking at this. So we've got these ends here, and I want to do a little more decoration on them. One more thing I wanted to mention is that for some reason these rustic metal roofs, they snap into place a little more overlappy than these roofs here. And there's a bit of an issue with that, because if you go too far, these roofs are not going to line up with where these walls end up being. So again, this is a pre-release version, but that's something you'll probably want to take a look at if you are looking at maybe version 1.0 or earlier. But after that, hopefully it'll get fixed a little bit. But let's move on to some decorating and stuff like that. So I see these kind of pillar things, and they're kind of sticking up. So I'm kind of curious, what can we do to make this kind of stand out a little more? So I'm going to try a couple designs. This one we're going to go just right up the middle here. And this actually looks pretty decent by itself, but I'm curious if we can make it stick out a little more, like maybe something like that. That might be a little too crazy. Not sure. Our next design is like this, and we can just put one right there, or we can go up one and put one right there, and we can mirror it on this side. So if we do that, so that's our next design. Our final design is kind of pretty much all three. And just to kind of outline the corners a bit, just to make them stick out a little. Not really a big thing, but then we can put these here, maybe here, maybe here. So these are the kind of the designs we've got. This one's a lot more subtle. It doesn't stick out as much as the other two. The other two give me a decidedly more almost a Native American kind of vibe for some reason. So, you know, those are the different designs you could do. So it really just kind of depends on what you think you want yours to look like. So I'll just kind of leave those be. I think the final thing I want to do is go ahead and do some railings and stuff. So I noticed when you have the panning shot on this side of the two towers in the movie, these have railings on the ends. So we're going to put some railings here so that people don't fall off just a little bit for safety. Oh, and it's raining. Wonderful. So we'll just kind of continue. Oh, yeah, some of these doors, I didn't switch over to manual, and so they kind of open up on you. So we'll just go like this. Almost all the way down. Probably right to about there is probably enough. Maybe one more. Okay, there we go. Because we don't want safety rails for the whole thing. This is the platform where the king stands. He doesn't need no safety rails. He's the king. All right. Yeah, and then we just kind of continue on here. And I have run out of rails because I have drastically underestimated how much I need. So those are pretty much the only detailed designs I wanted to cover. So I'll be right back. All right, here it is, the final version. Man, that looks pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. So I went ahead and I put some storage barrels down out front. It just kind of helps anchor the front of the area down to the rest of the build. And I think it looks good. And I am ready to go ahead and destroy this. So let's do it. Man, that's awesome. Well, I got to thank Eco for letting me give this mod a test drive before it was released. If you enjoyed this vid, you're in luck because it's part of a whole channel full of ARK building videos. I didn't used to think I was very creative until I tried, so I'm making videos to help you be creative too. So subscribe and then become a little more creative by clicking in the top right corner for some of my formal build guides where I give you like full inventory of materials. I walk you through everything step by step. I leave no stone unturned in my quest to help you build what I'm building. So anyways, in the meantime, I will see you next time. So go make something awesome and ignore the chin beard. Bye.